How are you this morning? Sorry, my phone just rang. Good morning. I'm Regina Partain Bergman, your co-host for our For Goodness Grief live conversations. Lee Atherton and I do every week. Uh, and so I am doing the show solo this morning. But I wanted to visit with you for just a few moments. This will be a pretty short show this morning, or pretty short discussion. But please feel free to join in to make comments. Let me know if, who you are when you're making the comment. StreamYard requires you to identify yourself unless you want to be anonymous. But I want to talk just a little bit about mindset and what it is and how a negative mindset can affect your well-being. And it's your mindset is it's established by the attitudes and beliefs that you hold. So it impacts everything about your life, whether you have a positive mindset or a negative mindset, impacts everything about your life. And so when you understand how impactful it can be, you can take proactive measures to change your mindset so that you can make sure that you are elevating your attitudes and your beliefs that promote wellness for you. When we've gone through tremendous loss and we're experiencing grief, I believe firmly that our mindsets can be negatively impacted. And we can begin to even get into a poor me attitude. I'll put it that way. Some people call it a pity party. I've certainly attended many of my own pity parties over the years. And it's a challenge sometimes for us to get out of that mode and to get back to some positive thoughts. So over the next little while, one of the things that I'm working on, my grief book is just about to be published. It's in the formatter's hands now, and so hopefully within the next week or two, it will be published. And that book is called How to Mourn with Those That Mourn: A Guide to Understanding and Preparing for Grief. But as I've been finalizing that, one of the things that I've been looking at is what we can do to change that mindset, what we can do on a daily basis or a weekly basis to help us think more positively in spite of our grief. And part of that comes back to maybe journaling the pleasant things that we remember in that relationship, the good things we remember. Finding pictures that we can look at that represent the good days, that represent the good things about the relationship that we had, whoever that was with. So I want to just share with you a few of the side effects, if you will, of having a negative attitude. So, it definitely has a negative influence on our mental health, and things begin to weigh us down. We start to maybe have anxiety and depression when we're having those negative mindsets. The more that we focus on the negative, the more negativity continues to breed in our minds. So, if we want to improve that mental health, work on the anxiety, the depression, all of that, then we need to start to create positive mindsets. And that's just imperative. Also, with that negative mindset comes physical health issues, not just mental health issues, but physical health issues. And those can be short or long term. Some of the most common could be headaches, chest pain, tummy issues, trouble sleeping, tired all the time, um, overeating or undereating because our metabolism is changing. So again, mindset, becoming more optimistic in your mindset and looking at the pleasant things instead of the negative things can impact that positively. Another area that gets impacted is our relationships with others. They can these negative thoughts can put a strain on those relationships. And then finally, well, two others. Poor self-esteem is one. Our self-esteem begins to suffer. We start to doubt our own self-worth. And then the last one I want to just mention briefly is decreased productivity. So when we're experiencing those negative mindsets, it impacts our enthusiasm, our desire to accomplish things. And so we begin to see things more pessimistically, and our productivity, whether on the job, in the home, in a relationship, wherever that productivity surfaces, can be negatively impacted. So just remember that your thoughts have an impact on all of these areas, and all of them have to do with your well being. So we have to be careful to adopt positive mindsets, not to say we're not still suffering, we're not still experiencing that sorrow, that grief in our lives, but we can choose to have a positive mindset to the best of our ability. And I'm not saying it's easy every day. You've heard my story before of how I firmly believe that happiness is a choice. But when I lost my husband, happiness was difficult to find for some time. But here's the kicker for me. I kept searching for it. I didn't give up on it. I kept searching for that happiness. I kept working for it and expecting it to come back. And ultimately, it did. Do I still miss my husband? Absolutely, every day. But life goes on for those of us who remain here, and we have to find good ways to get through this life, ways that will be supportive of us and those around us. So I hope this is helpful to somebody listening today. Please let me know your comments, your thoughts, and let me know if this is helpful for you. With that, I'm going to wish you a great day, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.